of this discussion guide that we have compiled for you, so that even if you don't know anything about this topic, you can at least have a base layer understanding of what the facts are before we dive into a conversation. And we're certainly going to dive into all that today, but for those of you who do know me, you know that this is actually my last Common Space Forum here in San Francisco before I move home to North Carolina next week, where I'll be founding my own chapter and heading up our East Coast operations. I'm really excited about it, but it's a little bit bittersweet. So I hope you'll indulge me in a little bit of just sentiment looking back on how we got to where we are today. You know, those who know me know that I'm really interested in politics, almost too much so. But it really wasn't always that way for me. Only about like 3 years ago, after graduating college, did I get interested to the degree that I am now. And it's a little counterintuitive that that's the case, because a few years ago is when politics got as bad as it is now, right? You turn on the news and you see talking heads yelling about how bad the other side is, how evil, how counterproductive this whole system is. Even if you can get past all that, which is really difficult, but if you can and get a good grasp of the story, which is a challenge in and of its own, then right after you really feel like you've grasped this earth-shattering breaking news, there's another thing. And that thing that was supposed to really change the way our system works doesn't matter anymore. And to be honest, that thing didn't really affect your day-to-day life most of the time. And it doesn't feel like something's getting done about it. And so the natural progression of things is that people check out. But the problem with that is that so many of our leaders are counting on it. You know, one of my favorite quotes by Ben Franklin is that democracy is the best idea that humans, or is the worst idea that humans have ever had, except for all the other ones. And it's true. But the reason why it works better is because it makes our leader rely on the people they rule for their power, as opposed to something like a dictatorship, where someone can hoard all of their resources, not do anything for the people that they are ruling or supposed to be helping, and stay in power forever without any consequences. In America, in our democracy, if we don't like what our leaders are doing, we can take their power away and give it to somebody else. So really, democracy incentivizes two things. One, for our leaders to do what's best for those that they're ruling, or to limit their access to democracy, which is what you're seeing with so much gerrymandering, with closing down polling places, all this type of stuff, and it's rampant nowadays. But because these people count on us not paying attention, I feel like I have to pay more attention. We are paying too much money in taxes to not pay attention to what we are buying. And it is important to recognize that we are buying something. We are buying a service. We are hiring employees to represent us in government and do what is best for us. And we get to tell them how they spend our money. But only if we pay attention. Only if we stay engaged. In Common Space Forum, this might be your opportunity to do that, but it doesn't have to be. The one thing that I implore you to do, if you don't continue to come here, which I hope you will, is vote. Because that is the only way our voices can be heard and that we can really make our democracy work. So, thank you for indulging me. Sorry for the little rant. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into an overview of our discussion guide here, and then a conversation again. Once we actually go over this together, we're going to split into two groups so that we don't get overwhelmed by the sheer amount of people here. And I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to Miriam to talk a little bit about the history of guns in America.
Cool. Thanks, Charles.